Hey guys, Funny Servbot Man here. Doing something a bit different, a spur-of-the-moment video idea. Thought it'd be nice to give you a supercut to how I reacted to that Nintendo Direct that came out today, assuming this uploads the same day. If I cut something out of the video, it's because I actually had nothing to say about it, not even as a joke. Let's start things out with the indie world. That's neat. That's nice, but not for me. Okay, that's cool. And that's funny. Oh, it's free? Sweet. Whenever I see a game like this, I can only think of how the game is visually beautiful, but nothing about it really grabs me. No disrespect to the developers, this game looks good, fun even, but I am so over the subversive overhead RPG. It is to indie games what third-person shooters were to AAA games in the 2010s. The moment I heard dialogue-based combat, I clocked out. Saying that only a few days after Dustborn became a massive meme online is incredibly unfortunate. This told me very little. I think I'll stick to Valhalla for now. I should actually try Sea of Stars at some point. So, for the DLC, you have to wash away the Pride Month hangover from Shrek's Swamp. Fair enough. More Souls gave me massive Lumpy Touch animation vibes. Just not quite as horrific. It visually looks nice, but I'm worried this is one of those roguelikes that gets too visually busy for its own good, to the point where it's easy to lose track of where you are or what's actually hitting you. Hopefully that's just the trailer cutting around all over the place. This game was mildly funny until your overwhelming sense of existential dread was said. This is not helping the all indie games are coping with depression stereotype. Just saying. Honestly, this strikes me as something that would be a funny Flash game, but I have little interest in playing a whole title based on a joke that I was already over before the preview finished. Wobbly Life looks interesting. It seems like a more fleshed out silly simulator game. Based on the trailer, I'm assuming this game already exists on other platforms, but I'm too lazy to look it up. Pico Park 2 looks like a fun multiplayer rage game, although I don't know how many of my friends I could convince to play this with me more than once. I mean, it's Pizza Tower on Switch. What am I supposed to add to that? Mushrooms? Okay, on to the Partners Showcase. Oh, a proper Tetris history collection. I gotta keep an eye out for this one. Man, I gotta say, Sonic Riders Unleashed is looking pretty cool. There are more goat puns than frames in this segment. The Patrick Star game is actually pretty promising. I can respect they're going the silly simulator route and not just another Battle for Bikini Bottom game, even if I would totally get that as well. I gotta be honest with myself, I could probably benefit from a game like Fitness Boxing. Yeah, I should look into this one. I like the trainer designs, distinct but not over-designed. Okay, the first Capcom Fighting Collection was cool, but there was only one game I was interested in. This, on the other hand, has the real games for me. I finally have an excuse to learn how to play Capcom vs SNK 2, I can easily try Rival Schools, Street Fighter Alpha 3 is an instant attention grabber for me, and, the big one, having the Power Stone duology on something besides a Dreamcast or PlayStation Portable. So, if I understand the trailer correctly, we play as an attractive woman with a tragic backstory, exploring an open world while defeating the vilest of the furry community. Oh, now I remember this series. Yeah, this is where the thick thighs saves lives meme comes from. Oh, the media is going to have an aneurysm over her design, aren't they? Well, better get my popcorn. I like how this remaster looks. Most HD 2D games have really awful lighting systems that do not complement the pixel art. It often makes them look very washed out as well, and the battles tend to visually devolve into a series of exploding Christmas lights. So this one going for the simple but contrasting color scheme works wonders for me. Castlevania, always nice to see when it's not attached to a slot machine. Especially the often ignored DS era. Yeah, kinda nice to remember this series actually had releases past the PlayStation 1 if you ask me. Civilization 7, or really any entry on console, is a really cursed idea. But having a portable version? That's more understandable. I wonder if you can use the touchscreen for this game. The character models here look like a mixture of Kingdom Hearts and Xenoblade. I can't decide if that's very interesting or if I outright hate it. I had an ear-to-ear grin when My Sims was shown. The first game especially I hold a lot of pleasant memories with, in part because it's one of the few things both my mom and I actually liked. Rune Factory. Why does that sound so familiar? Wasn't this series featured in a previous direct? Anyway, this looks enjoyable enough. Nothing too special. You could probably turn this into a new Fire Emblem game and I wouldn't be able to tell you any difference. But maybe I'll check this one out when it launches, assuming cash allows it. Oh look, it's that Scarface game Sega keeps re-releasing. Look, it's Yakuza 1 on Switch. What am I supposed to add to that? Mushrooms?